Whenever you're ready.
Yep. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the All-Star Race here with Weeknight Warrior Sim Series. We are at Dirt Charlotte. I'm alongside Luke and special guest Blaze Billin. How you doing, fellas?
Oh, pretty good. How about you?
Man, I'm excited for this one. I don't know the most about dirt racing, but I'm kind of hoping the drivers are the same way, as we're still out here in the ARCA cars, but on Dirt Charlotte this time around. I think it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm pretty excited out here, Kevin. This is not a normal configuration you see out here, you know. To my knowledge out here, and, you know, definitely not coming from an expertise dirt racer here. But I don't believe these cars are too set up well for the dirt. But I might be mistaken.
Yeah, you
I don't know.
I will say I saw some guys ripping it out here in practice. I know we saw some very quick laps. But a wide variety as far as lap times, it seems. So it's going to be interesting to see if, you know, in these 70 laps, we might see some lap traffic become a factor. We might see, I don't know. We're about to find out, though, as the green flag waves and Matt Morrison is on the is on the start. He's had a lot of starts this season. Here we go. They're sliding around.
O2 already looking to split him 3 wide. Oh, he's going to slide it up right into the 28 there.
Oh, and almost going around.
Man.
They are battling lap 1 like it's lap 70 here.
Christopher McCullough really making that top side work as he's able to clear, for the time being, Matt Morrison, but we're seeing 3 wide, maybe 4 wide. Through turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, these guys are sending it early.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a huge field out here, I would like to add, so, you know, positions mean everything here as, you know, these guys are fighting tooth and nail. I see 12, but 2 reading out, so it looks like it's going to be about a 10-car battle out here.
O2 takes the lead there. He fought pretty hard there, got a couple spots. Let's see if he's going to try and run away here.
Yeah, Nolan Gross has the most space we've seen all night. And right now he is trying to maintain that lead, but Christopher McCullough, Omar Rodriguez, and company.
Oh, man, a lot of contact in the back there.
As we see this field already starting to get spread out. Luke, I gotta ask, do we have a track map for Charlotte Dirt that we could pull up?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, just as you can see already, the O2 has a pretty big gap, and then we got some congestion, and then the 31 kind of out back right now, but they're beating and banging around, and, you know, kind of just from what we've seen this season as a whole in the ARCA
Oh,
car.
shit! 2 around, 3 in the grass. And that's going to bring out our first caution.
It's going to be Christopher McCullough,
yeah.
Aiden Stevens, and Connor Price all involved in that one.
And we kind of got a glimpse of it there. Oh, man.
Yeah, and it looks like maybe the 28 coming up a little bit as Christopher McCullough was trying to make that second line sort of work. Driven in a lot deeper for Connor Price as opposed to Christopher McCullough, and well, I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's tough to say. I mean, when you go back and you look at it slow here, I mean, let's see. It's a tough spot to say. I mean,
I think that's just one of them racing deals. You know, we're on dirt. I mean, it's tough to put your car where you need it to half the time here.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I'd imagine Christopher McCullough came down the hill a little bit more than he wanted to, and Connor Price maybe came up the hill a little bit more than he wanted to, but that's going to bring out our first caution tonight. And what I was kind of trying to say before that caution flew was the damage model has been interesting this season, even on asphalt, where, you know, we'll see guys take a square hit, you know, to the center of their vehicle and just be okay, but if you get some damage around the tire, it could be detrimental. So with these guys beating and banging as much as they are around here, it's going to be interesting to see if these guys can keep their cars in decent shape.
Yeah, but then again, these
Absolutely,
laps
we're
do
gonna
fly.
stack it back up.
And
Okay.
green flag in the air. A great jump here for Nolan Gross. He goes straight back to what he had going for him before the caution.
Nolan has been looking strong all race long, but I tell you who else has looked strong there. That 404 of Logan Murray. He's made his way from about that at dead last to pretty much top 3 here, top 4 here.
Yeah, absolutely. Making it work right now. Logan Murray. Connor Price. He's not backing down after being involved in that last incident. He is right back out and running the top side.
Absolutely will, boys. We made it 7 laps before our first caution. How many do you think we're going to get on the second run here?
I'd say on the second run, it looks to me like they're already starting to spread out a little bit more than they had last run. I know I'm seeing a couple different areas where there's some too wide racing, but all in all, it looks pretty clean. I think we're going to have a decent green flag run if I had to take a guess. What do you think?
I'd say good 20-30.
Okay.
404 and a 92 of Omar battling pretty hard here.
Ooh, good
54.
brake check up there by the 54 of Dawson Price.
Yeah, Logan Murray quickly closing that gap to the leader. He's got it down to about 2.4 seconds and closing. But it's very ebb and flow out here. I don't know if that's sort of just, you know, dirt or if it's guys just trying to figure out their lines early in this thing, but
I think you're going to have a lot of guys trying to figure their line out. Either they want to run that cushion or they want to run that bottom, maybe that middle line. There's a lot of guys, too, as they're mid-corner, they maybe stab the throttle too hard or lift or something happens and it straightens them out. That's going to slow you down.
yeah, and you know, we've already seen that a couple times out here. Not only will it slow you down, but it will also make it very awkward for any car contesting with you. I know in the few dirt races I've ran, I would say I was categorized as a roadblock in most of them, so. But yeah, Logan Murray has passed Kean Fry, and he is now in the hunt for your leader, Nolan Gross, out here. And boys, I've set the over/under line for the cautions on the evening at 3.5. Do we think we're gonna see 4 or more, or 3 or less out here?
I'm gonna take the
a
under.
little over 50 laps to go.
I think I'm taking the under.
I don't mind that at all.
If they were running like they were in the beginning, I would take the over, but they look like they've settled down pretty well, so I'm going to take the under here.
Taking the under, and you know, I've got to say the chat has less faith than you guys do, because right now I'm reading 67% saying over.
No faith. No faith.
No, yeah. But I've got to say, we will most certainly see lap traffic if we stay green. I know Nolan Gross is starting to pull away from a lot of these guys. You know, we see Nick Hames, you know, almost a lap down at this point. Christopher McCullough, who had that damage earlier, he's now starting to struggle on the pace. So I wouldn't be surprised to see lap traffic become an issue, you know, as I'm not quite sure how easy it's going to be for Nolan to navigate through.
We see him make his way around this first. That's Nick Hames now falling a lap down. But Nolan's got quite the ways to go here if he wants to catch the next car, the number 04 Christopher McCullough.
Yeah, and Lucky Dog is in play, so if you're Nick Hames, you're not out of this race. You know, you're kind of hoping for a caution at this point. That being said, I mean, we're only 23 laps into this race, going a lap down, you know, not the best look to your chances on the night. I'd say I can point out, you know, a handful of guys I would take to win this race already just from what we've seen.
I mean, just looking through the field, it looks like we're pretty much single file right now all the way through. I don't think we really see too many pass attempts right now. Dawson Price going for one on the 74. It's Aiden Stevens. He is down 6 laps at the moment.
Yeah, Aiden Stevens came in to clear up that damage off the first incident, and that pinned him down 6 laps. I don't see a pit lane, so I imagine it's a tow situation and kind of get back out after you tow. I mean, I don't know.
So
But
for pit road, you gotta enter on the back stretch. If you take a look on the infield there, you'll see some concrete. You gotta turn down there and pretty much take a very nice infield road course almost and get to your pit box there.
interesting. Yeah, I do see that that entrance there on the backstretch, and
It's definitely not something you want to have to do either mid-race or under caution.
yeah, absolutely. As we can see, Aiden Stevens kind of out of contention and just turning laps at this point, being 6 laps down, about a third of the way through this thing.
There's still plenty of light left.
Absolutely, and it seems like Nolan Gross is starting to extend that gap a little bit on Logan Murray. I know it's been broken up by about
Whoa, there we go.
Oh, and we see a car
Oh,
completely
Aiden
backwards.
Stevens.
That's going to be the man we were just talking about, Aiden Stevens.
Although we still remain green out here, the leader goes to pass him now. Go back and take a quick look here.
Yeah, see what happened there to the 74, because, you know, 1 second we were watching him talking about him, and the next he was ass backwards. Oh, and it's him and
gets
Connor
into
Price
the
for the
28.
second time of the night.
Man.
Well, actually, I think first time was Connor Price and Christopher McCullough, but this
Anyway,
time
a hard
around
shot.
it's going to be, yeah, and a hard shot to the front end of Connor Price. I don't know if that's going to slow him down, but it's definitely not going to speed him up, Luke.
No, not at all.
And we're just about at that halfway point, Luke and Blaze, and I've got to ask, you know, do we think we're going to see lead changes if we stay green, or do you guys think Nolan Gross kind of has shown that he has the pace to run away from the field?
Well, I mean, it's really all up to how he, runs this last stint here. I mean, he's led the last handful of laps out here. He's looked good since the last restart out here. If it stays green, my money would be on him, but it really all just comes down to how he runs his last handful of laps. Now, if caution comes out, that's a whole other question on,
Well, I think right now, what matters the most is how you can navigate this lap traffic. Nolan has done a very good job of putting lap traffic in between him and Logan Murray. And the lap times are showing that. Nolan just ran a 17.895 that last time by, and Logan ran a 18.089 being stuck behind these lap cars. So, a huge factor here.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got to agree, and I mean, it's very hard for a lap car, I'd imagine, because we see so many different lines being ran out here that, you know, if I was a lap car and if I was in this race, I promise I would be. I would probably run the inside and kind of just let them wrap around me. But I mean, I don't know.
It's hard to say. Yeah, it's just hard to say.
Yeah, that being said, we're over halfway through this thing, and it really is starting to spread out a good bit. I think closest guys we've got together are kind of that 3, 4, 5 battle that we've seen all evening. I know if you're Kean Fry, you want to hang on to that podium position, but there's a lot of race left.
there is.
Remember, this is a non-points paying race.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got to ask. I'm pretty sure, but this is also a non-penalty race, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
As far as I'm aware, no penalties will be given out for this race unless there's obvious intent of wrecking. No points as well. There is no prize for being the first person to lose here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd imagine maybe another level of aggressiveness might be shown towards these guys once we get to the witching hour of this race. Just because there's there's that cash prize on the line for the winner, but beyond that, there's really no reason not to give it your all here. You lose a position, you're not gonna lose anything if you don't win it. So right now, I'd be thinking about what I want to spend that $10 on if I'm Nolan Gross, but at the same time, this race is far from over.
Absolutely.
Get his way through some more lap traffic right now. This time it's Matt Morrison. Next up is going to be David McCullough.
Yeah, and I usually talk about it under pacing.
Yellow,
but we
yellow,
haven't
yellow.
Oh,
well,
gave a car
right
up
when
in
I
the
was about to
wall.
say, we haven't had a yellow in a while. We see one. And that's going to be
believe that was
Connor
the
Price once
28.
again. Rough night so far for Connor. So we're going to have to see kind of what happened there as he just phased through the pace truck. And, every time that gets me, and I think they're going to hit the truck, but...
Yeah, me too. I thought his car was about to be in pieces, but let's go back and take a look here at what happened.
Man.
Ooh, maybe some net code. I don't know.
Let's go back and get a different
Did he
angle.
actually hit Omar? Or
I
did he?
I don't believe I saw any contact.
We can watch the
I
nose.
don't, I don't think so either. But
Price.
well,
God. And if there was contact,
go
I
take a
think it
look at
wouldn't send him
Chopper.
straight head on into the wall.
No,
No.
it didn't disrupt his line at all.
the only thing I can imagine is maybe he thought he was gonna hit Omar and he hit the brakes.
Or he swerved right. Maybe let me go back. Maybe take a look at his wheel here. I'm thinking maybe he swerved to possibly avoid contact, or at least what he thought might have been contact with Omar.
But I'll say too, when I was running some practice
he just
laps
cut the wheel
here,
right. He just cut the
coming
wheel
off the
right. That's what
corner.
it was.
Yeah. Because you're in these corners steering pretty good right. I mean, these things can snap in an instant if you don't give it the right throttle or the right input. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's gonna pin him a lap down now. I'd imagine. Maybe repairing some of that damage. I don't know if he's back out on the track. I'm not getting a read on him. Or yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. He's back out there, but
Green
now
flag
sitting a
racing
lap
again.
down. Speaker Green once again, and this is kind of Logan Murray and Kean Fry's opportunity to try to disrupt Nolan Gross and that pace he's been able to manage. As we see, it was another great restart for him, and Murray wrapping the top, trying to get a run on him anywhere he can.
Yeah, it all comes down to how much track they're able to use up there. Nolan Gross and now a couple of the other guys behind him able to file in single file. They're going to be able to put up a lot better lap times than those guys behind him that are getting disrupted by just guys simply running the inside line on them.
Absolutely. And if you're Logan Murray here, this has got to be go time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the last thing you want to see is Nolan Gross kind of extend that gap again. If you got to switch up your line, make something else happen, maybe just give it a little bit more. I think now's that time. It's just a short 24 laps to go. I mean, that's less than 10 minutes of green flag racing out here.
Well, you can see it too. Logan changed his lineup a little bit. Looks like he got a little bit of a run. Oh, we got a spinner.
Ooh. We got a spin behind the 54 of Dawson Price.
Dawson Price this time. We're still green out here.
Flag stays green.
It's like a one-car incident.
Yeah.
Logan looks a little bit. Oh, there's the yellow.
When yellow flies, as we're watching. As for Dawson-wise, it was just a self-spin sort of deal, but for the caution, I'm reading
Connor Price.
Connor Price once again out here.
You can see he's got a damaged vehicle. Gets a little loose, tries to check up to save it, and the 13 obviously just isn't expecting the check up, middle of the turn. Not much you can really do in that situation, in my opinion.
Rough night for Connor Price in that 28.
Yeah, absolutely. We know he's very fast on the asphalt tracks out here, and the dirt is not treating him very well tonight. But like he said earlier, not a points race, so I don't think he's too upset with this. I know we've only been racing for a little bit, so not too much time wasted if you're Connor Price. But we haven't had too many pace laps, so I've been forgetting to say it. But a huge thanks to our sponsor on the evening, Fast Fred's Wrap Shop. I'm seeing some nice paint schemes out here, but a couple of them could be even nicer if they want to, get in contact with Fred.
I believe we're going to be sitting at, is it 19 to go? I think it might be 18 to go when we go green here. Starting to wind this
The
up.
lights are off. I think it's going to be 19. I think. As we saw in that last little, green flag stint, Logan Murray had switched his lineup a little bit, tried to make something else work. We weren't able to get a great read on, how well it was working because it was a very short green flag run. But it's nice to see him, trying different things to maintain pace with the O2.
Absolutely, the pace truck is off, and we're going to be going green this time by.
Green flag, and a great jump there once again for Nolan Gross. But how about Kean Fry shooting the inside and trying to take that second place position from Logan Murray, and he is not going to be clear as they're side by side racing.
If you're Nolan Gross, it's exactly what you want to see right now. Just any bit of line disruption behind you, just giving you any more room. And he's going to slowly be able to put some time up on these guys behind him now. And you're going to have to file in and make something happen here. And looks like that's going to exactly happen here as Logan Murray makes the transfer.
What a line from Logan through 1 and 2 there to take that number 2 position away. He ran that cushion perfectly, and he's right up behind
and there's the slip.
Yeah,
Slip
we've got
up.
racing now for the lead. It's going to be Logan Murray chasing down Nolan Gross with 19 laps to go.
There's contact behind between Omar Rodriguez and the 54. Awesome Price. They hold it together. No
the
further
O2 is not
contact.
having fun right now.
Jumping back up to your leaders, and that's not what we want to see.
We got a shapeshifter in the mix.
Oh, and he's back.
Back up in front. Maybe? Yeah, back up in front.
Well, he has a mirror full of the 404 right now.
There we go. It recycled.
I was gonna say.
I think he just needed to cross the start finish again to make it count.
I got you. But yeah, Logan Murray, he's got his eyes set on the $10 cash prize out here, and he wants it. But who wants it more is the question out here. We see some more blinking.
I don't know if O2, if his Wi-Fi wants that $10 or not.
At the very least, if he does get it done here, I think we know where the money is going towards. But he's going to see if he can make it work. Logan Murray really closing the distance here. He's definitely caught up to him.
Yeah, Logan Murray showing kind of a tighter line than we saw that last start, and I think it's really disrupting the O2 and kind of what he wants to drive. The last thing Nolan Gross wants is Logan Murray to get underneath him, and I think this is the correct line as for right now for Logan Murray.
Yeah, putting the pressure on and keeping him on his toes. Sometimes when it comes to these things, all you got to do is force a mistake. There it is. And there's the inside. They're going to dig and they're going to bump.
Being made.
Oh, man. And as soon as I mention
Logan Murray's going to be able to clear for now, but here comes Nolan Gross underneath him.
Now Logan's going to have to run this high line.
We know he can. We know he's been quick on the high line outside of traffic thus far tonight.
have officially seen a lead change here.
Ooh, a little bit of contact by Nolan Gross, but that doesn't do him any favors. As now we have Kian Fry in the mix. And we can see the O2 driving it in deep and kind of letting it wash, whereas Logan Murray kind of holding his line and getting better exit speed.
How about Kian Fry? He's really closing the distance on Nolan Gross.
Yeah, absolutely. He's figured out his line here with 9 laps to go, and I think we're going to have a good finish, fellas.
Have to agree. Again, looking to close the distance. Nolan Gross getting close.
He's running out of time here. He's gonna have to put a heat on.
Yeah, he tried using a little bit of his car there to help him out and maybe move Logan Murray out of the way, but unfortunately for Nolan Gross, Logan Murray is just looking fast on that higher line.
Absolutely. Well, how about Kian Fry? He wants into the mix.
More net code and oh, there he goes!
Burns him! He burns him!
And you know,
no favors done by the internet
man.
of Nolan Gross. We're staying green out here though. And if you're Logan Murray, that is perfect because Kian Fry, half a second back with 5 laps to go. You just have to get to the checkered flag here.
Can he close the distance though? Kian Fry, he's definitely hungry for it.
What an unfortunate happenstance for the O2.
Yeah, absolutely. I just have trouble blaming the 99 for that. It seemed like the O2
really
was kind of
can.
blinking in and out there, and
It's go
when they're
time.
running it as tight as they are, and it's go time, not much you can do.
No.
Absolutely.
But with 3 laps to go, the gap's been closed by about a 10th in the past 2 laps for Kian Fry, but I don't know if there's going to be time enough
Sorry to
left,
cut you off,
but
but reading reports of Omar Rodriguez taking a significant hit. He is registered as crashed.
Severe damage for Omar Rodriguez. But
they're catching him right now.
The race must go on, and this could be the Hail Mary that Kian Fry's looking for is lap traffic with 2 laps to go and about a 4-10 gap here.
Here we go. White flag is in the air.
Kian Fry
One
looking
to go,
to
and
stuff
Kian
it into
Fry,
whatever corner he can.
Yeah, looking for a miracle here. He got the better drive off there. But it's going to be all Logan Murray here, holding on to that outside line and winning here at Charlotte.
And a very close runner-up of Kian Fry. And how about
from
Nolan
last
Gross?
to first.
Still managing to pull off a 3rd place finish after getting turned.
And, you know, to Blaze's point here, Logan Murray started in the back of the field and was able to navigate through traffic and through the cautions and get all the way up to the lead. Contested with Nolan Gross for a while, but it was Logan Murray in the end.
Yeah, what a win by Logan Murray.
That was a good race.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I never really know what to expect going into these races, especially these dirt races. But I've got to say, I was impressed out here by the guys driving.
And they're gonna.
Your unofficial results are going to be Logan Murray winning, Kian Fry second, Nolan Gross third, in the Price brothers of Connor and Dawson respectively, 4th and 5th. A great recovery for Connor Price, I like to point out. 4th place finish here. I know, you know, no points, doesn't really do anything for you, but, you know, we saw him take severe damage multiple times throughout the night, and for him to finish top 4 here, not a bad night for him at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I believe they've about wrapped up the post-race burnouts there. Are we going to get any interviews in here at the end of this one?
Yeah, I'm going to bring in our race winner first and foremost of Logan Murray to talk him through this race. Hey, Logan, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
I got a copy. How you doing?
Hey man, not as good as you, I'd imagine, because that was one hell of a race. Starting in the back and navigating your way through the field and coming out on top. You want to talk us through how that race felt?
Oh, the beginning, oh my. The beginning was a absolute traffic jam. I could not go anywhere really. I felt so stuck those first 3 laps, 4 laps, and finally got around, guys, got a lucky break there on lap 7 to get kind of reset after the chaos of the initial start. Kind of found my groove there, battled Kian a little bit. Finally found my groove and just went from there. Got a nice caution to reset again, and then Nolan got jump on me, and that kind of sucked. Got another caution, and I was able to stick with him after that. And that's heartbreak for Nolan. I mean, that was a good battle. That would have been such a great battle for the lead there, for the win there. Us 3 cars, but connection issues that just bit him. Sucks for him. Great drive from Kian. Great drive from both of them boys. That was such a fun race.
Yeah, absolutely. And none of us here in the broadcast booth are dirt experts by any means, but we saw you kind of switch up your line throughout the race. You want to talk us through kind of the thought process there? Was it just trying to find your groove, or was it kind of situational depending on, the traffic around you?
Uh, yes. I'm just gonna say yes to that. Dirt racing has a certain art to driving. One lap, the track's gonna be slow. Next lap, it's gonna be lightning. We call it a living surface because it's always changing, it's always adapting, and so you have to adapt your line and how much throttle you give, how much brake you give. I can run the same line 20 laps in a row, but it's different throttle inputs, different brake inputs each lap. So you're constantly fighting the car, you're constantly fighting the track. You've just gotta adapt with the track, and it's an art.
Yeah, absolutely. And you found that line tonight. Go ahead, Blaze.
I was gonna say absolutely, it's an art. I'm just watching back here from lap 50 to lap 59 for that final lead change. Um, the the cushion run that you got on Key and Fry, into 1 and 2, coming to lap 51 here. I mean, that was just an amazing run. Talk me through these 10 laps here. How did you adjust your line and get set to face off against Nolan in the O2?
You said lap 51. I gotta go back. I don't remember that much. uh,
Yeah,
race
just
race lap 51.
a great run out here for you, Logan. And you got that $10 cash prize. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
no points are going to be updated from this race. I know. I guess for you, it
Say
doesn't make
it doesn't
a
matter.
huge
I'm race
difference.
control.
Yeah.
Um.
So just
Okay, so Blaze, back to you. That cushion run off the initial start there. I again got a horrendous jump. Uh, the cushion wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. You notice I did that to pass Kian because I knew I was stronger on the outside and Kian was stronger on the inside. And Nolan's here running bottom to middle. I can't do much on the high side to combat that, so I switched up my line to the inside. And their lap 52, he lost it, about made me run into him, so I about lost it and looped car there. It was scary, but I tried to just roll that bottom, tried to roll it better than him. I studied what he was doing. I noticed he was spinning the tires and driving way too hard into corner entry, so I was trying to beat him in corner entry. That way I could hang with him on corner exit. He was better on corner exit, I was better on corner entry, and so it kind of just played out and ended up being a really nice battle, really nice race. I kind of used them up. Let's see, what lap was that? Was that lap 55? No, it was lap,
For the lead change, it was lap 59.
yeah, lap 59. Skip over to that here real quick. Okay. So like I said, he overdrove the entry, made him go up way wide into what I would call the marbles there. He jumped that secondary quote unquote cushion into the marbles there and loose stuff. And I used him up, if I can talk. I used him up on the exit, and I was really expecting him to just accidentally hook me right here going into one. 'Cause he did almost hit me. I was expecting him to turn me, but That's great, clean race. That was a great, clean battle for the lead. Like, it just sucks what happened to him with his internet.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
amazing driving to you. Um, eh, do you guys have anything?
No, I think that's gonna about do it. Logan, congratulations on the win out here. Anything you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here?
I'm gonna shout out Mountain Home Street Rods. I'm gonna shout out Matchmakers of the Ozarks, United Country. They are sponsoring me throughout my actual ARCA career as running pit stops. I'm sure Blaze can probably fill you into that if he hasn't already. Running with the Arc of Nard series as pit crew for the college I'm in. So they are helping fund that, and I really appreciate them. And of course, my parents for supporting this wild dream.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. Thanks for the interview. And, we hope to see you out here in some more races. I know race control usually has your attention, but came out, gave it a shot, and got it done. Logan Murray.
Thank you.
Next interview I want to get in here is your second place finisher, Kian Fry, who had a great run, kind of sat and waited till his moment and was able to get a second place finish out here. Hey, Kian, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey man, what a race out there. I know we kind of went into this not really knowing what to expect, but you guys did a great job at giving us an entertaining show. I want to talk to you kind of about the end of that race. I know we were kind of, holding our breaths through the internet issues of Nolan Gross and hoping it really didn't affect anyone. And then we saw it kind of did affect you and him there at the end of the race, both able to finish 2-3. But do you want to talk us through, kind of what happened there?
Yeah, I was just trying to hold my line at that point in the race. I just wanted to at least finish with the podium. I've driven on dirt quite a bit before, so I thought I'd be able to pull off a decent finish. But coming to that, coming to those last few laps, I saw Nolan like disappearing and then reappearing right in front of me, and I was just I was just in the mindset at that point of just keep steady, keep holding your line, and everything should be fine. Next thing I know, he reappears right on my front bumper, and I end up hooking him and spinning him. Um, Not intentional at all. He just, by the time he reappeared in front of me, he was already sideways from the contact, and there just really wasn't much I could do.
Yeah, absolutely. Nonetheless, it was a great run for you, setting podium all races seemed, and then able to, capitalize there at the end and get a second place finish. Unfortunately, it's not a points race, so, nothing really comes from this one other than bragging rights. But does this kind of give you that confidence looking forward to our next points race on the season?
Yeah, honestly, the fact that I was chosen as an all-star at all was a bit of a shock. I don't really think I've put up that good of a performance all season, but the fact that I was able to come here in a race that honestly I thought was going to be a caution fest, um, and put up a podium, it gives me some confidence going into next week, and especially going into the last few races until the chase. Um, I just hope that I can, put together some good points days and make the cutoff for the chase by the time Dega comes around.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was a great showing out here from you tonight, and we hope to talk to you again soon. But as for tonight, and you'd like to shout out or thank before we get you out of here?
Yeah, I want to thank Omar and Logan for running race control and running a really good league here. Um, I want to shout out my teammates, Reagan and Kyle, for giving me some motivation while we were all racing together in the other points races. And my my team owners over on the roadside, Zero and Josh for Phoenix and EP Fox Racing. Um, and yeah, just anyone who happened to show up to the broadcast to cheer me on, I really appreciate it. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without your guys' help.
Absolutely, we appreciate it, and congratulations tonight, Kian, on the second place finish.
Thank you.
That's Kian Fry getting it done here. Last interview I want to get in, if we have him. Yeah, we do. Nolan Gross, who had a great run tonight. Hey, Nolan, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Give me a little bit. I'm on my phone. Hold on.
All right, you're good.
Where's the speaker button? Okay, hold on. I might need to switch my computer. Hold on. Give me 5 seconds.
Yep.
This is pretty cool. It's like we're calling down into the pits.
All right, you're gonna have to drag me back in here. Give me 5 seconds.
Yep.
It's like we called them down there
One,
on pit road.
They
2, 3.
already done called him down to the holler.
I guess so.
Yeah, and I hate to be that guy and kick a dead horse, but I'd imagine being on the phone can't help the internet situation.
Absolutely not. Well, we will be sure to ask him about that.
Yeah.
If he gets
Try to bring him back in.
and sure.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
There he is.
We good?
There we go. Yeah, sorry. My internet issues are not fun, so I've been running Discord on my phone for the last couple weeks.
Oh, you're good. Well, hell of a race, I'd like to first and foremost say, because we saw a lot of Nolan Gross up towards the front throughout the whole race. The internet seemed to be hanging on until it wasn't, and that's kind of when the downfall started as far as leading the race goes. But I kind of want to talk you through, the first half of that race where you were just dominating, it seemed, and what we all kind of mentioned throughout the broadcast was that you were able to navigate through the lap traffic better than anyone else. You want to talk us through kind of how you're able to do that and put cars in between you and second place?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The start of the race had me a little nervous. I want to thank Justin Zemicki. He was spotting for me tonight, so I didn't really have to use my look left and right buttons a whole lot tonight. To kind of see where cars were, because he was kind of be like, "Hey, there's one kind of peeking on your outside or your inside." So the start of that race, where I was just consistently 3 wide for like the first 3 laps, was pretty fun. And then my whole mentality up to that second caution was, as long as Logan can stay kind of in the back in the mess, I have a pretty good shot at it. And then I think, was it Connor spun, and then that kind of re-racked us there. So I knew my mentality had to change after that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were gearing up there at the end for a great finish between you and Logan. And unfortunately, that's kind of when the internet got the best of you. But, like we were saying earlier, it's not really the most important race just because it's not a points race. I know the cash prize would have been nice, but at the same time, I feel like the strong showing from you out here has to give you some confidence going into Rockingham next week.
Oh yeah. Rockingham's not typically one of my better tracks, but I've been trying to put some practice in with it. So we'll see how Rockingham goes. This definitely instills us with a lot of confidence. I think all but one race we've had a triple R driver in the broadcast booth at the end of the night, so I'm pretty happy to keep that streak going throughout the season.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Nolan, I just wanted to ask real quick, coming to the end there, up to lap 59 for that final lead change. Um, we saw you kind of get your line mixed up a little bit once you saw Logan kind of closing that gap. As a driver, how does seeing a car getting bigger and bigger in your mirror start to kind of change your mentality and make you a little nervous at the wheel?
So I wasn't really nervous per se, but I did know I would have to change my lineup quite a bit because I think Logan was kind of talking to me when the 99 was during his interview how the track is just live. So every corner is different. So as the track kind of progressed down into that bottom, not really banked part of the track, I kind of lost some of that confidence entry to middle where the car would just over rotate on me, and I was trying to figure out how to get it underneath me. But by the time I figured that out, low I'd already gotten spun because of net code. So at that point, it was just kind of pray that the leader's wreck so I can try to get the lead back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
A good run for you.
Yeah, and it was a good run, and I'm excited to see what you and your team can do going closer and closer towards the chase this season. I know we got Rockingham next week, and then a few more races, and it'll be crunch time. But as for tonight, a great run for you, Nolan. And is there anyone like to shout out or thank before we get you out of here?
I want to thank Obviously, Logan and Kian, they raced pretty good tonight. I mean, Ian apologized several times to me when we were waiting for it to get pulled down for interviews, just with the net code and stuff like that. I want to thank Paul Davis Restoration of West Michigan, Alto Automotive. Those are one of my two real life sponsors. So that having them on the car for the first time in an interview is pretty fun. I want to thank the Bandit Racing League and Simtrax Broadcasting as well, because those are some of the people have seen me kind of grow into the driver that I am today. I love the fact that Bandit is back. Sadly, I can't be in the race tomorrow for Bandit, but Logan should be in their race and flying the team's colors for next week. So that's for this week. I think we're at Thompson this week. So that's going to be a pretty good race to see in the late model stock. So on my way down to Daytona.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations on getting the podium finish out here after a very, very strong run, Nolan. And thanks for the interview.
Thank you, sir. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, you too. That was Nolan Gross battling through technical difficulties and still managing to get a top 3 finish out here tonight. But as for us, I think we're coming to that point in the evening where I'm ready to go to sleep. What do you think? What do you guys think?
I still got the a little bit of the routine to go through before I get ready to go to sleep, Kevin. But as for the race out here, I think it was a good one out here. Like we said at the beginning, not the most experienced in the dirt racing in general, but I gotta say, seeing those ARCA cars out there made it a hell of a lot more fun to watch.
Yeah,
Thank you, both of you guys, for letting me in here and showing me the ropes, so to speak.
yeah, absolutely. Huge thanks to you first and foremost, Blaze, for coming along. And I know it gets very boring for me to just sit here next to Luke week in and week out, so nice to spice things up every now and then. But huge thanks to you. Huge thanks to Fast Fred's Wrap Shop for coming along with us and making this possible tonight. Huge thanks to Omar and Logan and everyone else at WWSS that puts these on week in and week out. And lastly, thanks to our viewers for coming out and making this possible.
Yeah, we'll see you guys all in the next one. Good night, race fans.